Alright, so it is time to talk about the part 2 LR for Tanabata. Now, we have been waiting for this for quite some time, and JP Dokkan, man, has been kind of dead. Without, like, my Sparking Zero content, I don't know what I've been uploading, to be honest with y'all. But we got the Frieza 17 EZA on the 9th. And then it's been pretty dry since then, and even then it's like the only piece of content we got since like the 4th or something like that, right? It's crazy. So we're finally going to be getting some stuff this week, fingers crossed. I mean, it has to be coming out, right? So in terms of the Tanabata Part 2 LR dropping and when it happens, again, should be revealed within the next 1 to 2 days and released on the 18th. Just in case you guys want to know why, the Part 2 missions start on the 18th. The in-game OST, Genkai Topa Survivor, ends on the 18th. The Elder Kai banner ends on the 18th. The UI Goku banner, right, with the discounts, I believe, no, it just says banner itself. Yeah, it is just the banner, I think, right? Leaves on the 18th as well, because I don't think there's like 3+1 in this one now. So UI Goku leaves in 3 days. We'll talk about Jiren in a bit. Elder Kai banner will basically reset in 3 days. So yeah, there's a lot of signs pointing to something happening on the 18th, and usually, you know, especially with sales ending on the 17th, etc., that points to a new banner coming out, which means that it should be the Part 2 LR, which is cool, right? There's a lot of options for this Part 2 LR, though. I think, you know, there are a couple of guesses you can make, and it's not concrete or set in stone. I'm gonna say it's the Jiren the Pot UI Goku, though. It doesn't have to be, because again, if we take a look at the past years, we got Super Saiyan 4 Goku from the Baby Saga, and everyone was like, oh my goodness, we're gonna get Baby for the Part 2 LR. And it's like, nope, we got Omega Shenron. Then the year before, though, that was Super Gogeta. No, it was Vegeta Trunks. We got Fusion Zamasu, which they fought each other. Then we got Super Gogeta and Janemba. They fought each other. Then the year before, we actually got Blue Kaioken Goku, and then Evolution Vegeta, and then Tech Jiren, right? So it's like, a lot of times, these Tanabata characters and the Part 2 LRs are directly compatible with each other, right? They're from the same fight in most situations. Now, again, last year showed us that it doesn't have to be that way, but I'm going to go with the trend that, you know, it's going to be the Jiren that fight UA Goku, and the biggest reason is because Jiren has not gotten a character in like a billion gajillion years, right? Full Power Jiren was the last Jiren we got in 2020. This guy's literally about to be 4 years old. It's a very long time since we got a Jiren there. And then even just like Jiren, this S tier Jiren, which his EZA sucked, by the way. He came out in 2018, and that was the last time we got a Jiren. I think this Jiren came out at the same time. Yeah, April 2018, at the same time as the Dokkan event and the Dokkan Awakening for this guy. So, man, I mean, you could say that the last, technically, like, we got a full power Jiren a few years ago, but the last Jiren was over 6 years ago. So I think it's about time this guy does get proper representation in the game, because my guess is that's going to be a base Jiren that will transform into full power Jiren, right? And then he'll have animations. Like, there's still a lot of animations you can get from the anime, because he just hasn't been touched. Like, base Jiren literally has nothing. He has not been touched at all, right? Even if we go to Universe 11, there's no like other character where it's like, oh, Jiren is in the car. It's not at all. Nope. We've gotten like more Dispo and Topo representation than Jiren, right? So I think it's time. It's that time, right? Especially since we got Topo earlier this year. We got the Dispo banner unit on the UI Goku banner. I think that it's a good place to give us that Jiren character. I think, you know, the good thing is that I feel like Jiren would be a very powerful character no matter what. Just because of how he is in this series. He's just like this overpowered monster. And to be fair, his EZA is not really that great. On release, this Jiren is really good. You know, and on release, the Tech Jiren was really good. Which, by the way, you would probably get an EZA too. And link super well with the new one. But this guy, like a brand new Jiren with all these mechanics, like, it could be very nasty. He's also super boss's buff, so that could be pretty cool to see. We'll see what happens, right, with this Jiren. But if it is Jiren after all, I think that a Jiren would be just a very powerful character for sure. Besides that, I'm sure there's a lot of other options and guesses people have, so we'll just refresh this real quick and we'll talk about what other people would like to see for this Part 2 LR here. So hopping in, okay, I'm gonna say here, do not let it be Keflin, let it be Jiren. You know, I'm glad to see some Jiren defenders. I'm actually, you know, I would defend Jiren more than other people. I think Jiren's cool overall. Kefla, I think a lot of people want Kefla though. Like Kefla is a very popular pick actually. A lot of people this year have been asking for an LR Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, and you know, being fair, it's been a long time since you got a Kefla too. I mean, in terms of like standalone Kefla, it literally has been you, which you are actually a little older than Tech Full Power Jiren, right? Just by a month or so, right? But that's the last standalone Kefla we got. I mean, we did get this Kefla, right? The Super Saiyan 2 Kefla in 2021, though, right at the end of 2021, essentially, right? This is crazy, though. This is like a release that came out 2 months after the JP release on Global, which is like really insane that it came out that quick. In fact, I also want to see one thing real quick. How does that animation for that character look specifically? It's been a while since I've seen like that Kefla animation. Like, how does the super attack look and how does it hold up at this point? I think it looks pretty good, right? Yeah, see, that looks overall pretty good. I don't see an issue with this animation at all, right? I mean, she should get an easy A hopefully sooner than later. Probably next year, right, is when I could see this girl get an easy A. Well, actually, it could technically happen this year, huh? It could. This animation is good though. So it's like, well, like compared to like Jiren, if we look at Jiren, right, you could see that. Like, let me show you guys the best Jiren animation like that we have. Like in terms of just space form Jiren, this is what we have. This is literally it. Let's wait for it to load. This is quite literally it. This is the Jiren animation. It's so bad it can't even load. Well, okay, you know what? It's not loading, but it's like your 2018 animation. So Go Frieza. I would not anticipate Go Frieza. I would not hope for a Goku and Frieza. I mean, we got Goku and Frieza a while ago, and I think that was also 2018, right? Goku and Frieza. I have to find it. Like Goku and Final Form Frieza. It's like, so I think if I go like these base form Gokus, I probably will find him eventually, right? But Goku and Frieza, yeah, there it is right here. This character came out, yeah, 2018, easy 2021. I mean, getting a new version of this card would be good. Their animations are still pretty good, actually. I would be fine with the new version of this card, right? Goku, Frieza, maybe add 17 on here. They would pretty much still be on all of the same categories, even if they added 17 to the name. So that'd be cool, right? Imagine they Super Easy this guy. That'd be kind of insane, right? That Goku and Frieza getting a Super Easy would be wild, right? But I would not anticipate Goku Frieza. No. I think it's going to be an antagonist. And again, they've been liking to buff super bosses, so I'm assuming it's also going to be a super boss's character, right? Thanks, Yosh. You're very nice. Transform Jiren with another domain that buffs super bosses. I hope he doesn't get a domain. Nullifies enemy stun effects. So easy Acer Jiren could be somewhat relevant. I mean, dude, okay. If it's a domain that nullifies stun effects, that would be the domain you prioritize, I think, for sure. Because like being able to stun the enemy would be too good, and like there's no like, why would you transform with Broly? Like you could just like still, like if you could stun the enemy, man, like how insane would that be? Who here stuns? Tech LR Full Power Jiren does stun. You don't stun. Sunmax doesn't have stun, does he? No, he does debuff. The debuffing is super good. Or even if it's like allowing the opponent to be debuffed, would also still be very good. I think this Frieza stuns, does he not? He doesn't. Yeah, I thought this Frieza would stun. Who here else stuns though? Like, I guess the one thing is that there's not really a lot of stun characters. I guess SGR Jiren could gain a lot more value because he has the stun start of turn. Does Topo stun? He does not have stunning abilities, right? Okay, so, oh, you know what? Physical hit has stun in him. He would actually be a really good option there then. Like, if you could stun the enemy, like, hit would be really good on this team. But there's not really other characters here that has a stun ability besides Jiren and hit like that, you know? So, maybe it wouldn't be as good as I was thinking, like, if it's specifically on super bosses, but, I mean, being able to stun the enemy still, especially if this Jiren would have his own stun, that'd be really good. That'd be really, really powerful. You're expecting Jiren to have one. I mean, I would say if it's that powerful, then sure. It would just suck still for like Rose and Broly, right? I think at that point, you would not really run Broly on the team now. Like, you would probably actually, because there's a lot of people talking about, oh, I think Rose is better than Broly on the Super Bosses team. I disagree. I think Broly, once he's transformed, is just way too powerful, man, to just consider running Rose over him. Like, I know, I think Rose's base form, though, is better than Broly's base form. So if it's a thing where you have just a better domain, just like flat out, then you don't even run Broly and you run Rose. But I don't think the team has that yet, right? So that's the thing. That's cool. You want Keflet. Hit would be fine, but the super bosses need a 4th domain. I mean, like, again, if it's hit where... Okay, if it's a hit where he allows the enemies to get stunned, right, with his domain ability, and it's like a, I don't know, multiple turn thing, then it would just straight up be better. It would be disappointing, right? It would be disappointing, but Hit would be a character that would 100% get a domain. You don't want Jiren. I mean... Jiren's gonna get something eventually. I think that's the thing. A lot of people were like, I don't want this character, I want this character, like with Kefla. And I think, yeah, I think Kefla is great. I think Hit would still be a good option. I personally think Jiren would be a great option. If it's a thing where we've gotten so many Jirens, I understand not wanting another Jiren, but it has been a long time since we got Jiren, right? And I also think Jiren's overrated personally, but that's just me. Carnival or Jiren intros Belmont talking to him in his mind. That'd be really cool. Pre-transform supers are from his first fight with Goku and his second fight with the Y Sign. Active skill domain into full power with the TOP being in flames a domain. Yeah, see, like, I understand the idea of it being a domain, but I would not like it. No. Unless it's like an overpowered domain, like, okay, disables enemy, like, because UI Goku gets rid of the enemy's dodge disable ability, so like people are saying disables enemy stun disable ability, or, you know, disables enemy, you know, immunity to being attack lord. If it was like disable enemy's immunity to being attack lord, that would probably be even stronger, right, than even stunning potentially, because like there's so many more attack lord characters here. Physical Goku Black lowers attack, Cell Max lowers attack, Broly Trio lowers attack. You know, if you're running Attack Fusion as a monster in the team somehow, he lowers attack, right? Subi Beerus eventually could lower attack if you do run him, right? There are way more characters here that lower attack, and a lot of them are like greatly lowering attack, so that's super huge. Carnival or Jiren with Tech hit super easy A. Okay, or Carnival hit with Esther Jiren super easy. You know, we do have to think about the super easy as well. I think it's going to be Blue Cow and Goku still, but who else could it be? I mean, yeah, I still gonna assume it's Blue Cow and Goku, but what if they easy this tech, super easy this tech using Zamasu? I don't know. I don't really see that. Or AGO Rose. Like, imagine an AGO Rose super easy A. That'd be so random though. Not really random, but you know, you guys get the point. I think Blue Cow and Goku would probably be it. Why Dokkan is the most goated game ever? I don't think this is related. It's just Vegito Blue. Or Vegito and Gogeta. Well, yeah, that's pretty cool. Just like all the animations. I just skipped through it all though. Fine with Jiren as long as it's not another domain. Because unless they make it so transformations aren't tied to domains, there's going to be many domains fighting. Yep, that is true. Hoping they announce a stream tonight or tomorrow. I don't expect a stream. They're just going to drop the character, probably. Good idea with hits the last 2 units to power up super bosses. Angel Frieza, huh? Angel Frieza would be an interesting pick. You know, Angel Frieza is not on super bosses. That does suck, though. Like the Angel Golden Frieza. Like, if they threw him on super bosses, it would not make sense. But he's also not on superheroes. It does suck. This guy is not on any of those teams. Jiren goes full power. Jiren, Topo, and Dispo, and our Anuraza. You know, they could do Anuraza. Yeah, they could do an Anuraza. He doesn't have a card. Tournament participants and super bosses. He would be on super bosses. I think Anuraza, they would put him in super bosses. Jiren, Topo, and Dispo would be a good card too. I mean, yeah, Anuraza is a character that people aren't talking about because it's Anuraza. But he would not be hype at all for many people. I think he would probably fit better as a yellow coin LR than a Carnival coin LR, because this is going to be a Carnival LR. Which also, by the way, I'll bring this up now because I'm not sure when else I might bring this up. I guess in the official like reveal. If you go to, I think it's like 10, page 10 should be good enough. No, gotta go a little farther. Maybe I should have gone like 15. Let's see, where is, okay, it should be this page here. Omega's banner was a double rates banner. So it's possible that this double rates, this part 2 LR is also going to be double rates, which is good. Right, if that is a double rates banner, that is also going to be very good. Jiren full power, they better name him right. I mean, yeah, I hope he named right? Kefla, Khalifa, you don't care. Skipping to get this worldwide celebration funds. Jiren, LR Truth oiled up. Jiren, Kefla here. Jiren, yeah, I feel like a lot of us agree pretty much on the same thing. See, this... No, so... I think a lot of people are assuming because of that leaked quote-unquote SSR art, we don't know if that's even going to be a card. Like, it's different art, but I would assume it's probably going to be a future Kafla, is what I'm going to assume. But that doesn't necessarily mean, like, she's going to come out now, right? It could very well be Jiren. It could very well be Kefla. But I'm not going to use that SSR art that was, like, quote-unquote leaked a few months ago as anything. For all we know, it could have just been an art that they could have, I don't know, would it be crazy if they had multiple arts for STR Kefla and then requested the artist to redo that art for Kefla or something like that, right? Especially because it looks so similar to the STR Kefla art, right? I don't know. We don't know what goes in the back end is what I'm trying to say. There could be a lot of reasons why that art could be existing. I do think it's going to be a different card personally, but you know, we don't know for sure. So I'm not going to assume based off that. I still think it's going to be Jiren just because of the fact that that's how the past most of the years have operated. But again, we can never say never. It could be a Kefla, and I would be excited for Kefla. I think Kefla could easily deserve a new card. I do think Jiren deserves one more though, but we'll see. So again, let me know in the comments below what you guys would like to see for the part 2 LR. I'll end things here. Thanks y'all for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.